Hello, and welcome to the October Breakout Room. This is our next in a series of conversations with local leaders about local issues that are important to our communities. Be sure to subscribe to our channel on Facebook and on YouTube for future updates and conversations. Today, we have a special episode with one of our co-hosts, Sabina Zafar. I'm Kevin Wilk, current council member in Walnut Creek, and this is my 6th year on City Council, with my current term ending in 2024. In Walnut Creek, like most smaller cities in California, typically under 100,000 people, the mayor rotates on an annual basis from the city council. The city council votes then on who the next mayor is, which is often in a set rotation. But not all smaller cities are like this. San Ramon, for example, has a directly elected mayor, which is elected at large among the voters in the entire city. Sabina Zafar, who normally co-hosts the Breakout Room with me, is completing her first term as a council member for San Ramon. Rather than run for re-election in her presumably safe city council district seat, she's decided to run for mayor, challenging the current mayor this November. So I'd now like to introduce Sabina, and then we'll ask her some questions about running for mayor. Sabina, can you give us a quick intro, and then we'll get into it?
Hey, Kevin, thank you. And this is exciting to do this forum with you today. We are 29 days from election day. Basically everybody will be getting their ballots in their mailboxes this week. So as you can imagine, it's crunch time and it's exciting time as well. So why did I decide? So I've served on the San Ramon City Council, like you mentioned, for the last 4 years. And I have been a different voice, if you will, on the city council. I have been very much about community engagement. I've been very much about technology innovation, and I've been very much about celebrating our families, our diversity, and the changes that are happening in San Ramon. So one of the reasons why I decided to run for mayor instead of continuing to serve or have my fairly safe city council seat is, one, it's important that as a leader, you create those opportunities to for the next set of leadership to come to your city and serve on your city. And then I think what's really important is that in these changing times, as San Ramon has grown, changed, you have somebody represent as a mayor, as the face and the brand of that community, which represents what that community has become. And San Ramon has become this really amazing community, which is all about celebrating our community, about the diversity, about being a leader in the Tri-Valley. And it needs a mayor that is able to understand and connect with our residents, that understands the changing community that is becoming San Ramon, and yet continue to maintain the quality of life for our residents. And as you know, house prices are an important part of that quality of life here. So just my priorities that are aligned with our residents and being that new and fresh perspective on the city council, but with the experience that I've gained in the last 4 years as well to get things done. So that's my short of it.
That's great, Sabina. Well, thanks. Well, I think that answered the questions of why you are running for mayor. So let's ask another question here. What issues are important to your residents? You mentioned housing prices, and that certainly is one that we're all experiencing, but what are some of the other issues that are really important to your residents?
So what our residents really care about, one is having a quality of life. And quality of life has many facets to it. Quality of life is having places to gather, being able to shop local and live local. Quality of life is also making sure that we maintain our hills and our open spaces. And quality of life is also about having affordable housing, which is in our core or downtown. So making sure that we, as a city and myself as a representative, am representing that for our residents. What are their family values? What are some of our residents looking for as they're aging in place? So San Ramon used to be this revolving community of, people would come here for the schools, raise their kids and leave. That is significantly changing. People are aging in place. People are staying here in San Ramon. And they would like to have choices where they can go, where they can gather with their family, and choices on where they can live. So, we have our young adults that have not been able to come back to San Ramon because we haven't created the housing for them. And so building that downtown core housing while protecting our hills, while maintaining our quality of life, and while making sure that we have the right revenue for our city are all important pieces and important to our residents.
Great. Pause for a second here. So next, I'd like to ask you, what do you see as some of the biggest challenges for the mayor for this next, well, 4 years?
Yeah, so I will say it's not going to be a time without challenge. And the mayor is elected for 2 years in San Ramon, and you have to run every 2 years. So you can have a term up to 8 years. Our city manager is retiring, which is going to be a big decision for San Ramon and the new mayor and the council that's going to come in to hire a new city manager. That is probably going to be one of the biggest and the most important decision that we make as we look forward to the next 10 years and what San Ramon will look like. And hiring the right person is going to be an important one. The other challenge is we have large and small businesses leaving San Ramon. So one of our largest businesses in San Ramon has decided to downscale and sell that big property back to Sunset Development. That happened last week, I believe. So that's not only an opportunity for San Ramon to be able to build something which can bring us significant revenue, but also how it's going to best serve not only San Ramon residents, but honestly, the larger region, because these kind of opportunity zones don't get created always. So, it's a large piece of land that's going to be available in San Ramon, and there could be many opportunities there. We also have issues with our local businesses that need our support, that need our investment as a city to invest in these aging strip malls to become more of gathering spaces. You've been to our city center. It's a thriving square, but it serves a certain demographic. It serves, certain communities. What we want to make sure is as San Ramon grows and we have what we call these neighborhood villages, how do we develop those and invest in those? And how do we make sure there's funding available that we can use to invest in that? And third is our budget, right? It's very important for us to have the revenues and the balanced budget. We have had challenges with our revenues as a population has doubled in size. Our revenues have not caught up to that. And that is something which always keeps me up at night as to how do we make sure that we have the revenue to give the quality of life to our residents and do all the things that we do as cities here.
We have 482 cities in California, and I think that we all share that very same concern every single day. So why are you the best person for mayor?
Great question. So I've served in, like I said, in the city council for the last 4 years. So I have the experience that I can bring along with the vision for the future of San Ramon for the next 10 years that I have to make sure that we are a city that stays at the forefront of the Tri-Valley, the Contra Costa, and also serves our residents well. One of my opponents has been there for a very long time. As much as, I admire him, he has, he's done this for a long time. San Ramon's changed. San Ramon needs new energy. San Ramon needs new perspective that can truly align with what the future of San Ramon is. The other person who's running has never been in city government, does not know how to get things done. And as we all know, right, in 2 years, you need to be ready to just jump right in and start getting things done. I have the right relationships with the partners. I have the right relationships with our businesses. I know where I need to focus because I've been building up on that in the last 4 years to get things done. So unless you can get a mayor who not only brings new energy and ideas to San Ramon, but somebody who also knows how to get these things done and has the experience, is really what makes me the perfect candidate to be the next mayor in San Ramon. And I hope the voters will agree with that.
Great. Well, thank you, Sabina. Before we go off, is there anything else you'd like to add that we didn't cover?
Well, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for your support and your friendship. And this has been a phenomenal, the breakout room has been, again, a phenomenal network for us to connect and build those relationships regionally. A lot of ways that I've been able to serve my residents is not just being, a San Ramon council member, but also having these larger community connections, which have allowed me to help solve issues for our residents. So having those partnerships, as you're well aware, right? Whether it's with other mayors, because our folks don't live in a bubble, right? They might live in San Ramon, they might work in Walnut Creek. They might they might live in Walnut Creek and work here in San Ramon. So those partnerships help. Partnerships with the assembly member like Rebecca Bauer-Gahan, partnership with our new congressperson now, Mark Desanier, who's, as Congressman Eric Swalwell shifts to a new district, having those partnerships to making sure that our residents are served well at all levels is also an important part of somebody who represents this city as a mayor. So just want to say I have the partnerships. We've made sure that we make it more than just San Ramon and make it a regional initiative where we're working together for 680, whether it's the 680 corridor, whether it's the 580 corridor in our case, and whether it's BART, and how do we solve transportation issues, and how do we solve basically public safety issues as a region, and mental health, right? That's another one where there are regional committees coming together to make this happen. So keeping an eye inwards at San Ramon and making sure that as a larger community, we are building those partnerships and doing the work for the entire region as well.
That's great. Well, thanks, Sabina. And of course, it's been great being able to host the breakout room with you, which we premiered in January, and we look forward to doing this certainly over the next several years. I think it's been great to be able to bring other elected officials together, talk about some of the things they're doing and what's important for their cities. We've seen this grow tremendously over the course of the last year. And one thing that I've noticed just from being on social media, as many of us are that are elected officials, is that it's a new time when it comes to media. We don't have the local coverage from newspapers. We don't get a lot of the local coverage from those traditional media sources. So if we're not sharing what's happening in the community on social media in those areas that people are seeing it, whether it's through Facebook or Twitter or Nextdoor or Instagram or a variety of things, people just don't know. And you're really good at that. And I've seen that personally because I see that what you are doing out and about in the city, I'm learning about San Ramon. And if I'm learning about San Ramon and Walnut Creek, I'm sure that people that live in San Ramon are finding out more things about their cities. So I see what you're doing there. I hope that certainly the residents appreciate how communicative you are with them, because really it's that kind of transparency that we want to see what our local representatives are doing. The residents, they want to look at it from city council. We at city council want to see that from our state assembly, our state senate, Congress. And of course, they want to also see it from the executive level of the federal government. So it really goes all the way upstream.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
with that, so with that, Sabina, good luck. Thank you for your service, and we'll see how things go November 8th.
Thank you so much. Just don't forget to check your mailboxes because the ballots are being dropped this week. And don't forget to vote. Don't let them sit on your counter for too long. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.